Hello team, welcome back. And today we will see how we can create the services in Docker Swarm. So let's start with. So before creating the services in the Docker Swarm, we will see how we can initialize the Docker Swarm on our machines, right? So let's go to the terminal and verify is Docker Swarm is initialized or we need to initialize it. So right now we are on our terminal and first we will identify is there any container running. So I will execute a command docker container ls, hit enter. Then you can see no container is running over here. Now to identify the docker info, I need to execute a command docker space info, and the docker info command will display all the information about your docker engine. So you can see we are getting the information right here. We just have the one container which is in the stopped state, right? We have the 6 images. The version which we are using is 18.09.2. Then over here you was getting the swarm, right? And here is the swarm entry and which is showing inactive, right? So what we need to do on our docker machine, first we need to initialize the docker swarm, right? To initialize the docker swarm we have a command docker swarm init. So let me clear out my console. So to initialize the docker swarm we need to execute a command docker swarm init. In some case, this command will execute successfully. In some case, it may fail. So let's execute it. And in our case, the command is failing. The command is failing because we are executing the Docker engine on a cloud machine. And this cloud machine is using two IPs on ETS0, right? They have their own network layer. So we need to specify the advertising address as well, right? If you are getting an error like this, then you need to execute a command if config -a, right? And it will show you the IP of your ETS0, which is 143.209.5.248, right? This is the IP we can use. So we need to execute a command again, docker swarm init hyphen advertise addr, and then provide your IP. Hit enter button. So you can see the docker swarm is initialized. In some case, this command, the docker swarm init, will work and you will get the output like this. If you are getting the output we have got earlier, right? Then you need to extend the command with this particular keyword and define your IP, right? So right now we can see the docker swarm is initialized and it is saying the current node is this, which is a manager. So we have initialized the manager over here on our docker host machine. And over here we are getting the token as well, right? To add a worker to this swarm, run the following command. So about this we will discuss later on. Right now we will see how we can use the manager and how we can create a service on the docker manager, right? So if you want to identify that what commands are available with the docker swarm, then you can execute docker swarm -help, and it will list out all the commands which is basically available with the docker swarm. So docker swarm has few commands available like ca, display and rotate the root ca, we will discuss about it. Init, we have already seen the use of init which is used to initialize the docker swarm. Then we have the join and join token, we will discuss about these when we will create the docker cluster. We have the leave command, this is used to leave the docker swarm cluster, right? We have the lock and unlock key, right? We will also discuss about these commands. And we have update, we will discuss this command update in the same tutorial, right? So these are the commands which are available with the docker swarm. Now we are going to create a new service with the docker swarm, right? So we need to identify which commands are available with the services as well. So I will clear out my console and I will execute a command docker service -help. This will list out all the commands which is available with the docker service. So we have a command like create. This command can be used to create the docker service. Then we have the inspect, the same command we have the docker container as well. This command is being used to inspect the services. Then we have the logs. This command is used to identify the logs of that particular services. We have already seen the use of log command with the docker container. Then we have the commands like ls to list out the services and ps PS is used to list out the task of a services, or you can list out more than one services. We have the RM to remove the services. Then we have the rollback to revert the changes in the service configuration. We will discuss about this. We have the scale command to scale one or multiple services. Then we have the update command, right, to update a particular services. So these are the commands which are available with the Docker service. So so we have seen how we can initialize the Docker Swarm. We have already discussed about the commands which is available with the Docker Swarm. We have already discussed the commands which are available with the Docker service. Now let's see how we can create the Docker service and how we can list out the Docker running services. So let's go to the terminal. Suppose we want to create a service, right? And in that service, we want to ping some website. So suppose I want to ping google.com. So how we can ping the Google? We need to execute the ping, then the URL of the google.com. So you can see by this command, we can ping the google.com, right? Now, if we want to create a service which will ping the google.com, so what we need to do? So first we need to set up an OS in that particular service, right? So let's see how we can create the service. So I will clear out my console and I will execute a command docker service, and we can use create command to create the service, right? And after this we need to define the image. So suppose I want to use the Alpine image of Linux, and what command I want to execute? I want to execute a command ping www.google.com. What this will do? This will create an service which will install the latest image of the Alpine, right, and execute this command on that particular service with the help of a Alpine. Let's hit enter, and you can see you are getting the status. So over here, first we are getting some random ID, which is the ID of the service. Then over here we are getting the progress as well, right? So overall progress is 1 out of 1, and verify service conversed, and we are getting the verification status like service conversed, right? Now if we will execute a command docker service ls, this command is used to list out the services. Hit enter. So you can see a service is running. Now this ID is not a container ID. This is the ID of the service which you have created, right? Which you have created on the Docker Swarm. And this is the name of service, which is Clever Kalam, right? This is the mode which is replicated. Now over here we are getting something which is replicas. What does it mean? So over here we are getting two entries separated by a slash. So the left hand side entry is showing how many replicas is running, and right hand entry showing how many replicas was configured, right? This is the image which is being used with this particular service, right? And this is the port where this service is running. So right now we are not executing any web server or anything else. We are just executing a single command on Alpine, which is ping. So it is not displaying any port, right? So over here we can see this particular service is running. If you want to inspect this service, you can execute a command docker service inspect, and either you can define the service name or you can define the service ID. So I have defined the service name, right? So over here I'm getting the complete JSON which will define the information. So right here you can see the ID is this, the version is this, index 11, created at this particular time, updated at this particular time, the name is this, right? The container specification. So this is the container which is running. So Alpine is the image, latest is the version, and this is the ID of the container which is running this particular service. And the arguments is, what are the arguments? Argument is ping, and what we are pinging www.google.com, right? Initialization false, DNS configuration 0, resources are 0. This is the restart policy. So we don't have, so we have any condition delays this in the milliseconds, and these are the placements, right? So the OS is Linux architecture AMD 64. Over here we are getting the OS information as well, and we are getting some other information as well, like rollback configuration, what is the, and we are getting other information as well, like what is the replicated mode, how many replicas are running, what is the update configuration, what is the rollback configuration, and what is the endpoints, right? So this is the way how you can inspect the services. Let me clear out my console. Now suppose you want to see which container is actually executing your service on a Docker machine, right? So we just started the service. We didn't define the container. For this, first you need to identify the Docker service name. So we can execute a command docker service ls to identify the name. Now you need to execute docker service ps. Either you can define the id or the name of your service, right? Now you can see it is showing that this is the id of your container, this is the name of the container, right, which is clever underscore kalam dot one. This is the image which is executing, the node is this, the state is this, and current state is running since 4 minutes ago. So this container is running your service. If you want, you can specify this as well, like docker container inspect and define your container id or name. So this is my container id, clever column 1, then this is the id, right? Hit enter. So you can see it is showing the complete information of your container, right? So we just started the service, right? That service started the container where a particular task is running. And what is the task? Task is ping www.google.com. I hope right now you are able to relate the things, right? So with the help of the Docker Swarm, we have started the service. That service started the container, and that container is running a specific task. So we have seen how we can start the Docker services, right? We have already discussed how we can identify the running container for a service, right? Now we will see how we can scale up the services, right? So to scale up the services, we need to execute a command docker service update. Then we need to define the service name. Then we need to define the replicas, how many replicas we want to create, right? So let's go to the terminal again, clear out my console, execute a command docker service ls. So right now you can see we are just executing a single replica. Now suppose I want to update this service and I want to create more replicas. I want to execute 4 replicas of this particular service. So for this we need to execute a command docker service update. Then I need to define the service name, which is clever kalam. Then I need to define hyphen hyphen replica replicas. Then I need to define the number of replicas. Suppose I want to execute 4 replicas of this particular service. Hit enter. Then over here you can see it is showing you the execution order as well, right? So you can see the 4 services has been created. Now if you will execute a command docker service ls, then you can see only single service is running. The name is clever kalam, and this particular service is running in the 4 replicas. It means the 4 containers are running which actually executing this particular service. If you will execute a command docker service ps, then define the service name, hit enter, then you can see the 4 containers are running. See, the first container was started 7 minutes ago. Now 3 new containers are started 42 seconds ago. So this is the way how you can scale up the services without impacting the existing running service. How you can scale up the running containers without impacting the existing running container, right? So right here you can see if you want to create more containers which will execute the same service, then with this particular way we can define the more containers, right? So we just need to update the service, and that service, the orchestration system will automatically create the new services, will automatically create the new replicas of that particular services on another containers, right? Now suppose I'm going to stop some container. So let's clear out the console and again execute the same command docker service ps, then service name. So over here we are getting the containers name. The first container is container clever kalam 1, clever kalam 2, clever kalam 3 and 4. Suppose now I am going to stop some containers. So docker container rm hyphen f, then I need to define the container name. So suppose I am going to stop the container 3, right? Hit enter. Now again execute the command docker service ls. So you can see still the four services are running. But if I will again execute the docker service ps and then the service name, so you can see right here I will get the five containers. See, the clever 3 is basically stopped. See, we are getting the shutdown over here. If I will again execute the command docker container rm and shut down the third container and execute the ls again, then we can see it will stop the container, hit ls. See, only 3 are running out of 4. But if I will again execute the same command, then it will show 4 are running. So it means the orchestration system is basically managing the service configuration. By default, in the configuration there was 4 replicas, but actually at runtime, if any of the container goes down due to any corruption or due to any error, then it will automatically start the new container. It will automatically start the service replica, right? So this is the beauty of the Docker Swarm. This is the way how the production will work, because in the production you can't afford the downtime, right? So you just need to start the service in the production, and docker orchestration system will automatically handle the complete configuration or the complete orchestration of your docker service. So team, this is the first hands-on lecture on the Docker Swarm. In the coming lectures, we will learn more about the Docker Swarm, and we will see how we can create the clusters, how we can auto scale the services, how we can define the blue-green approach, right? How we can rolling upgrade the services and all. So that's all for the day. So thank you team. Thanks for your time.